Next, I'd like to introduce to everyone the candidate for Brooklyn Borough President, Miss Janine Acquafredda.
Endorsed candidate of the Republican Party.
The endorsed candidate of the Republican Party. Please come speak.
January 1st, 2014. Anyone? There may be a prize. January 1st, 2014. I had been selling real estate in Brooklyn for about 7 years at that point. And shortly after January 1st, 2014, people started complaining to me. Instead of moving here, people started moving out. It was a terrible time. Not only did we get DeBozo as our mayor, we got Eric Adams as our borough president. Since 2014, it has been such a fast downward spiral in this city. And at first, I was just confused. Like, what is going on? And then I got really, really angry. And now, I'm so tired. Is anyone else so tired of what's going on? Like, I don't know what planet I'm on some days. I'm like, can you wake me up when it's all over? Repeat offenders are being released, and toothpaste and cotton balls are being locked up. This is the city we're living in. And I wasn't born this fabulous woman standing before you today. I wasn't born in America, but I was born in the projects. Emancipated at 14, paid my own tuition for 2 degrees, didn't ask anybody to pay my student loans, bought a house, and started my own business. Yes, Janine. I am the living, breathing version of the American dream. How do people in Brooklyn today, hardworking people who are struggling to get by, that are being taxed to death, to pay for things for other people all the time, how are they supposed to get the American dream? You can't even say American dream anymore, actually. You get called names, right? You can't hang the flag anymore. You get called other names. I was having breakfast with that young man the other day, our future District 45 Councilman, Elijah Diaz. Yes, Elijah. We were talking about politics at this outdoor cafe, and I found myself whispering the words, Donald Trump. Venture to guess what neighborhood I was in? Somebody said it! Bingo. Donald Trump. You can't even say those words in public. It's like wearing a Yankee cap in Boston. It's like, oh, like Donald Trump. It's another planet. And our local leaders, our elected officials, they would rather spend every day bashing Donald Trump every chance they get than fix the issues affecting Brooklyn residents every single day. Anyway, like many of you, and the reason most of you are here today, I'm disgusted by government overreach. I'm a small business owner of an essential business, and I was shut down in 2020. And it will happen again if we don't change things. Bold and brave people start businesses in Brooklyn, and then depending on which side of the bed the government wakes up on, they shut us down, change the rules, and decide when and how we can get paid, all under the guise of public health and safety. By the way, it's still happening to me to this day. We're in a state of an emergency. They're changing the way we, self-employed real estate professionals, get compensated through the FAIR Act. Fair to who? Make it make sense. So, Instead of continuing to complain about all of this on social media, 2 months ago, I decided to complain about all of this on a podium. I did. And my campaign manager will tell you, I decided I was going to run for mayor. They were like, slow down, cowboy. You're the most popular realtor in Brooklyn, but you are no one in politics. Touché. They said, what about Brooklyn Borough president? And this is how far in the sand my head was politically. I said, oh no, I love Marty Markowitz. I don't want to go against Marty Markowitz. Yeah, I had no clue. I had no clue who our borough president was. Like, no clue. Does anybody here know who it is? This is like quiz day for you. January 1st. That's his last name, but we don't need to talk about that.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Exactly.
I know who it will be.
Thank you. Here I am, your future Brooklyn Borough president. By the way, the first ever female Brooklyn Borough president.
Yes.
Quiet. Oh, and by the way, the first Puerto Rican Brooklyn Borough president.
Yes.
I know my last name is Acquafredda, and my husband got the houses and I got the last name, so I know it really irks him. And by the way, the first Republican Brooklyn Borough president in over a century. So, as your borough president, I won't even say you, as your borough president, because I know this is what I'm here to talk about, what am I going to do? First and foremost, I will restore law and order. Because without safe streets, nothing else matters. Okay? The politicians in New York City have turned their backs on law enforcement to get votes. But let me be clear. I stand with the NYPD. And I oppose harmful bail reform. I will bring back proactive policing, implement predictive policing, and not ignore the quality of life offenses so that every Brooklynite is and feels safe. I will work to cut taxes and regulations so that Brooklyn's small businesses, the heartbeat of our communities, can flourish. I will support these businesses in every way and every chance I get, utilizing the resources we already have. We should be helping people who decide to invest in Brooklyn succeed, not forcing them out. We should be giving them tax incentives like we give the developers to build. Those should be going to the entrepreneurs who decide to build their businesses here. And my favorite, as a real estate professional who has spent the last 20 years moving people into and out of this borough, I will make housing more affordable. And not just affordable housing, housing affordability. We keep building and building and building, and our rents are the highest they've ever been. Why? Very few can even afford to buy a home here. Building is not the solution to housing affordability. We have to cut property taxes, protect tenants and landlords, build smarter, incentivize renters and homeowners, and get the politicians out of the real estate business, because now I'm in their business. And if you all believe in a safer, stronger, and more prosperous Brooklyn, then I am asking you to do your part to help people like me get elected. Thank you.
Thank you. One last question for the crowd.
Absolutely.
Everyone in Brooklyn,
Yes,
reinstate
sir.
and compensate. 100% behind that.
Well, listen, I got the vaccine to go on a cruise. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got it. So, of course, I stand with you. Of course. Of course.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
very
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you for speaking.